Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fayette County TV, Channel 77 here for the Stellar Show with myself, Ken Philibom, along with Victor Mullick. We're here inside the Stellar's collectible shop inside of Uniontown Mall. Victor, why don't you tell everybody what's going on in the Uniontown Mall here?
First thing I want to do is say congratulations to Ron Smith. He has been one of the pillars of the Uniontown Mall for the last 40 years, and tomorrow, as it stands, he will be celebrating his 44th anniversary as the man who basically has done everything to keep the Uniontown Mall running as smoothly as it has. What I wanted you all to know is the Uniontown Mall's hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and on Sunday at 11 to 5.
Are you sure?
As of right now, I am sure, but getting off to a rocky start here.
That's all right. Hey, you know what? We got the feedback coming up here. Sponsored by Malloy's Paving. 724-277-8037. 724-323-4179. What's going on here?
Just caught Giancarlo Stanton's home run off of Marco Gonzalez last night.
Finally landed?
Finally landed.
You might want to get that while your buddy from the Uniontown Mall here.
Watch that. It's a special home run.
Tell your buddy that's celebrating his 40th that there's some damage to the roof that's...
Yeah, that it came through. Another leak at the mall.
But Malloy's Paving, they still got some openings. Reach out to them. Feedback, what do you got, sir?
Feedback right now, the thing that's bothering me the most is this pack of cards.
Yes, I got a lot of bad feedback.
Nothing but you didn't open this pack of cards.
Well, let's do it.
I'm going to wait till the next
yeah, right.
More important things to talk about is this guy right here.
That is true.
Take a look, folks, at Duke. After last weekend.
He's all proper.
How did the Easter picture go?
Well, good, actually. Maybe we'll get that spliced in. But speaking of Duke here, he's a little more wound up than usual. Could be that Easter bunny over there is taunting him. Maybe he got along better with the one in Muddy Paws than he is the one here in the Uniontown Mall. But that being said, one of our top fans, Adam Schaefer, he threatened to boycott if we didn't get Duke back on. So, Adam, by the way, we got Duke back, so relax. And also, congratulations for getting on the list for heart and liver transplant. So that's good for you and your family. We're glad to have you around longer because Adam will be a guest at some point on the show. He is going to be the first official member of the Stellar Show Kingdom chapter of Mensa. So
Stellar Kingdom, first member.
That's right. The chapter of Mensa. So I can't wait to tell that story, and you guys are going to love Adam. So that being said, you know what? Some feedback that I want to address. We acknowledge our errors here on the Stellar Show. So that being said,
I don't.
Yeah, well, he still thinks Bonds is better than Clemente, but that's all right. Well, I opened Pandora's box.
How many of you have one of those? Duke has one. Ain't that right? Duke's a Bonds guy.
I still got the Bobby Bow.
Continue on.
So, like I said, we acknowledge our errors. There was...
Duke's giving you the business.
Yes, he is. So that being said, last week, I punched in the wrong year. When I was watching the show back, I was like, that can't be right. So Rick Kehoe's pay was equivalent to about $30,000, not $180,000 in today's money. So, but like I said,
$30,000.
Oh, yeah, for 1 week's work, absolutely good for him, right? But like I said, we acknowledge that we're not like some of these, sports shows in the area that overhyped a second and third tier quarterback because of blind loyalty to for what reason I'll never understand. And also, like I said, we never overhyped that, and also we don't go around making dumb dancing videos for TikTok either. So. But anything you want to add to that?
That's all we need to talk about for right now.
Well, let's see here. You know what? The superfan chimed in. He wanted to know if you were interested in buying any bobbleheads.
I want no bobbleheads. Why would I want bobbleheads?
He come across more than a few. He said that he needs to get rid of. Really good deal. So, and also, he for whatever reason, he sent some pictures of me walking Duke throughout town and. I don't know why he sent those to my email, but he did. So, anything you want to, anything else?
There could be a Stellar bobblehead at some point with the three of us?
Yeah, well, I know which one they're going to want the most, right?
Exactly.
But, I kind of teased the quarterback situation, and that did, we got a lot of feedback on that. So, I don't know, what do you think after after all the dust
This
has
whole
settled.
thing, again, we have to go back to the Oracle. The Oracle seems to, with the powers that be, can they be a part of our group?
Possibly down the road.
The kingdom? You think they would be interested in a position in the kingdom?
Well, you know what? They're kind
They
of
just
like
deep
the
state.
yeah. That's more where we're at with them. So all right,
But you seem to be way ahead of the curve on all of that, and you actually called Justin Fields. If you guys go back last week and listen, you did say that it was something similar was coming, or it was coming.
yeah. Well, what it was the way it was implied to me was if you see Rudolph signed, that could be a sign that they were keeping Pickett. But I think what had happened along the way was Fields' price came down from the Bears, and it was just, and they needed to move on from Pickett.
My question has been throughout this whole thing, throughout this week, which was just a wonderful week to be a sports fan in the Pittsburgh area, is did the Steelers give Pickett at a lower rate to drive Justin Fields down?
I think that might have been part of it. Yeah, I think that was factored in. But yeah, so anything else for feedback?
I'm good.
We'll be back after this.
The Brothers Doobie delivers powerful harmonies and a fun-filled, high-energy performance, covering a catalog of Doobie's hits spanning both the Johnston and McDonald eras. Always high energy, always amazing. This is a show that's not to be missed. The Brothers Doobie, April 12th at the State Theater Center for the Arts. Tickets available now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77, with myself, Ken Philibom, along with Victor Mullick, and don't only forget the Duke. Once again, folks, remember with the Duke, he was a stray. Make sure to check out Fayette Friends of Animals and all the other shelters in the area and help out a stray. With that being said, here on the Stellar Show, Victor, you hyped up that you're going to open up this expensive pack of cards. Where are we at?
Well, the Sparkle Pack right now is going for about $100 on eBay.
All right.
I've never opened up a pack of the cards, and I'm
History in the making here.
thinking, I'm just not ready to do it, so I'm not going to do it. What do you got for
Well, you know what? You know what?
Give me
he's
this.
a little more wound up than usual this week. So I had a feeling that he was not going to, open
Go with
that.
the backup.
But you know what? So I came prepared. So this week, for those that enjoy the wax pack opening segment here, what I have here is 1986 Topps OPC baseball. So we're going with some foreign imported vintage gum this week to go along with the baseball cards.
He wants to be internationally disgusting.
That's the best way to put it. So, Steve Sachs. I loved him on The Simpsons with the softball. Wanted for a homicide up in New York. Dennis Lamp. Mariana Duncan. I always love these OPC. Oh, look at that. I teased it. Look at that. And
Cecil Fielder.
And he took the money shot. That's the Cecil.
He probably tried to eat that too.
That's Cecil Fielder's rookie, by the way. Well, which might make it worth like $1.25. But you know what? We were talking about some monster home runs. Those home runs that he was hitting in Tiger Stadium back in the day were something to watch. But here we go.
Well, you make everybody in Canada turn off the show. The problem with having gum on the back of the card is it ruins the value of it. As you can see, there's pieces of it. Duke won't even eat that.
I got to give those Canadians credit. You know what? Their gum a little bit better than ours.
We're now grading gum. Think Duke will settle down, or?
Let's see here.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Duke's getting all the airtime. He looks really good today.
So before we bust open our mail, I just want to get a shout out to our sponsor for this segment, Yinzer Valley Farms. On March 30th, they have Sean Collier and Wolfie performing a comedy show. Tickets are $15. There's still some that can be had, so get on Yinzer Valley's website and check that out. So here we go. You going to calm down, bud?
You sit.
We'll almost find out. I like that he's participating. At least we're not boring him this week.
So shoot that up. So we got the mail section.
Yes, sir. So what we got going on here?
You gotta scoot over a little bit. Duke wants on TV.
I'll get him real quick there while I fix what I had started over here. So you're crazy, bud. You know what? This is it's
a live production, folks. We're not doing any of this tape.
So
what I'll do is I'll help you to open this up.
Well, you go ahead and open that up. I'll get the backstory. So a few years back, I started. Joe Paterno's first year at Penn State was as an assistant coach in 1950, and I started working on getting all the programs from all the games that he coached in his first year in 1950, and I've done pretty good with tracking all, but I'm down to one that I need, and I picked this one off really cheap on eBay. Once again, someone listed something that they didn't know that they had. This is Penn State versus Rutgers, 1950. That is the program. So now one thing that we've talked about, it's been teased a few times in the show. One of my, actually I'll say it's my best eBay thing that I picked off. So you might have to take it while I set up some of this. All right. So what we got going on here is I mentioned I'm down to about, I just need to get one program from 1950. And I'll have every program that Joe Paterno participated in his first year as a member at Penn State. So right here, like at the West Virginia, Nebraska. But his first game as a coach at Penn State was against Georgetown. This program here, I spent years tracking this down. And someone listed one. Once again, it was someone that didn't really know what they had. With this particular one, now when this popped up on eBay, the person was clearly someone that went around storage units and whatnot and cleaned them out and put all that stuff up for sale. They didn't really know what they had. They just put that was Dwight Eisenhower on the cover of the program. What they missed out on too was there was this ticket stub inside the program. This ticket stub is I have honestly what I've been offered for this will be a down payment for a condo at either one of the ski resorts in the area or somewhere warm if I ever decide to sell it. So, because it will cover at least that. But so this here, like I said, it was the way I know I teased it on a previous episode. That's why when you come across these old programs, look inside because you might come across some of these ticket stubs because these ticket stubs have some really good value. And the other thing too that's happened, what's increased the value of ticket stubs over the years is now everything's went digital. You scan your phone when you're going in and whatnot. I know, like Kobe Bryant's first game as a Laker, like that ticket stub goes for something absurd. Michael Jordan,
16,000 is what Kobe's first ticket stub.
And there's 17,000 of them out there.
Not a lot of people paid attention to the ticket stubs back in the day. They mostly threw them in the programs. That's why people who buy collections of magazines, go to flea markets and yard sales, never underestimate what could be in the middle of a magazine. I have a guy right now with a JSA, the picture is at JSA from a pirate yearbook from 1972. If JSA, here, take it real quick. If JSA takes and puts a sticker on that piece of paper, you're going to start the bidding at about $2,500. So Clemente and the Pirates did sign a lot of autographs outside the stadium, and that was one of the reasons people always bought yearbooks, scorecards, and programs, is as the players would come in back in the days, the kids would just stand there. So you have a ton of written in pen autographs that are strewn throughout all the programs and the yearbooks.
I know of someone that actually, she had Clemente sign a popcorn box when she was a kid. But programs
are things that when you find them, you almost have to go page by page, looking at each individual page. A lot of those have facsimile autographs on them. When you see a blue pen on one of the old magazines, you could hit the jackpot, especially with Roberto Clemente. The thing with Clemente is his driver or chauffeur, whatever you want to call him, learned his autographs so well that the majority of the autographs of Clemente that are in that realm are considered fakes or chauffeur autographs. That's why there's a lot of hearts that get broken dealing with Roberto Clemente. But Willie Stargell, one of the things you'll find with Willie Stargell is he only signed Stargell. He didn't write his first name most of the time. Manny Sanguillen did the same thing. These are gems that are hidden in there.
Where we're going with this, so these ticket stubs, sometimes people display them and whatnot, but if you know what, last week we got destructive with busted open those graded cards. This week, Victor's going to bust open some ticket stubs.
I'm about to get real destructive with something.
Have at it.
But the first thing I want to do is one thing before we get into that. When you guys find ticket stubs similar to this one, this is a ticket stub for the Steelers versus the Bears, and I believe this is 1967. Some of these don't have dates on them, and they're real difficult to find the actual date. I did the research on this ticket stub. If this was any of the other games that year, it would probably be a $10 to $15 stub. But since Gale Sayers returned to kick in this game for 106 yards, this triples, almost quadruples the value of the ticket stub. So what you do nowadays is you find a ticket stub to a game. This is a fake, but if you found the ticket stub to this game, you would go and see what important happened.
Immaculate reception. Nope.
This is the Mazeroski home run. So you would already know, but when you find tickets like this, the value will double and triple if Clemente got a hit that day. If one of the Pirates did something remarkable.
Well, it's like the Immaculate
game.
Reception, or like I pointed out with this one here, that's Paterno's first game, not just as a member at Penn State, because he was an assistant coach for 16 years.
I had TJ Watt's original ticket to his first game that he signed all the stats on. It went over $1,000 for just that ticket stub.
Actually, just for the record, I don't keep that stub at my house. I keep that at an undisclosed location. Here's
some neat ticket stubs before I go. These are actual Pittsburgh Mauler tickets from 1984.
Nice.
This is a wonderful set of tickets. These are all actual game-used Super Bowl tickets from Super Bowl 7. This is, I think, 14.
You don't know your
Super
Roman
Bowl
numerals?
9. Or no, that's 11.
You sure?
To see some of these older ones, I'm guessing. 14 Steelers.
If it's
but
after
these are
or
actual Super Bowl tickets.
Oh.
So now with what Ken said, I'm going to backtrack and then go forward. Ken said that you now get your ticket stub on the phone. And since this guy's no longer a part of Stellar Kingdom or Steeler Nation, we can do something with this because there's a ticket stub in here that will show just what exactly you get from the Steelers. If you petition them, they will mail you a ticket.
I want one of those Mahler tickets, by the way. We're going to talk.
What's that?
I said, we're going to be talking about one of those Mahler tickets. I need one of those for the Ken Cave.
The framing was done by Hobby Lobby, and this is not in any way a swipe against Hobby Lobby. This is more for the guy whose picture is in here. But I want to show you if you have you take your kid to his first game and you want some kind of hard copy memory of that, this is what the Steelers will send you. So I'm going to repurpose this and probably put a picture of Duke in it.
Yeah, you'd have more value.
Something like that. So I'm going to set this on the ground. And we're going to take this off of here. This is what the Steelers will send you. So it basically looks like a high school football ticket. And if you petition the team, this is Pickett's first game as a Steeler when he played against the Jets.
Oh, that's what he came in against.
The Jet one. So then we've got this thing.
A relic.
That's garbage.
We can get some use out of this.
This is garbage. The only thing that's really left behind that's of any value, I'm going to say, is the matting.
Yeah, you know what? Here, we're going to get some use out of this.
So
I don't know if Duke got to go to the bathroom or not when I took him out earlier, but there you go, just in case you got to go, bud.
Now, I do want to interrupt for one more second because I have something that's really neat as far as all of this ticket stubs and things like that go. What this book is probably one of the last remaining copies of the original season ticket guide that the Steelers had for Three Rivers Stadium. This would probably be the first year of Chuck Noll. You talked about Paterno. This would be the first year of Chuck Noll. The stadium wasn't even built yet. So all the pictures that are inside this brochure are drawings and renditions. Now, I know you can't see this, but we'll get you a picture of it so you can see it better. Back in 1970, you would fill this out with a check and send it to the Steelers. The fun part of this is, Ken, tell them what the price for a season ticket was back in those days.
$65.20.
That's for the good seats as well. So for what the price of parking was, that's what a season ticket was back then. So, let me double check. Guys, one thing, advice, when it says commemorative ticket on it, these are not real. So this is not something that's going to go up in value. This is just a piece to set on the shelf.
Yeah, that's about it. Anything you want to add to any of that?
I do. Not right now. I think that's pretty much good.
We're going to close this segment up. We'll be back.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Fayette Chamber here with another ribbon cut. Today, it's a beautiful day on the mountain, and we are here at Level Up Salon.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show. It's Victor Mullick and Ken Philobaum. This is the final segment of our 11th show. And what I'm here to tell you right now is there is a wiffle ball clinic coming up at the YMCA, and Doug DeCenzo is going to be hosting that. It's going to be $40 for members, $50 if you're not a member of the YMCA. This clinic will be on May 15th through the 18th. It's for the ages 4 to 6. That's Group A. Group B is ages 7 through 10. Games will be on Saturday. Group A from 9 to 9:45. Group B will be from 10 to 15, 11 a.m.
They need to print that bigger for you?
Read that. Moving on. So what about the Steelers?
Yes, sir. Speaking of the Steelers, we got them coming to Mount Pleasant here on May 2nd. They will be playing, the Steeler alumni team will be playing the Mount Pleasant Junior Football League along with the principals. We talked about that. Tickets are $8, and you can purchase them here at the Stellars Collectible in the Uniontown Mall. So speaking of the Steelers, what do you think, man? What's going on with free agency? There's still some moves to be made. I think we can all agree wide receiver is the biggest thing that needs to be addressed at this point.
The words I keep hearing around the area are that the Steelers front office right now doesn't want to deal with anybody from Pitt. As a Penn State fan, I'm all for that. But that's preventing you from getting Tyler Boyd at this point.
I don't know about that because I will say this.
This is just word on the street.
Okay,
I keep hearing.
I haven't heard that, but I will say this. You know what? I know we've had some fun at Pickett's expense, and rightfully so in some cases with the way he was overhyped. But I was against James Conner leaving. I thought Conner still had a lot of good.
And he's proven that playing
absolutely.
on a horrible Arizona team.
I thought he was.
Where he averages 8 to 10 touchdowns a season.
Absolutely.
And that motor doesn't seem to be.
I thought he still had a lot of good years ahead of him.
Well, wasn't that at the time where the running backs were starting to really get taken advantage of as far as contracts?
Oh,
go?
Absolutely.
And the Steelers, after the Le'Veon Bell thing, weren't going to offer him that kind of money.
That first year in Arizona, he got league minimum. And then they've re-upped him since, and good for him. But no, so this is a case-to-case situation. Connor was one that I would have loved to have seen stick around because that's a good story, and he produced. So,
do you believe any of this Ayuk thing?
I think there's a possibility. I think if the Steelers fell into a situation like they did with Justin Fields, where the price came back right, I think he's a Steeler.
Ayuk right now is what expected his market value on Spot Track, which I can't tell you guys enough. SPOTRAC.com. You will spend hours. It is a bottomless pit of information with all the contracts, the players, how they're signed, the signing bonuses. The Steelers right now, according to Spot Track, have $12 million to spend. Was Mike Williams even a consideration? I mean, I know he never came here, but was he?
I don't know. I'm glad I think they can do better than Mike Williams.
Well, Ayuk is at about $24 million right now, with another, as the Pirates say, year of control left.
But they could also tweak some more contracts. They haven't really.
Has anybody restructured on that team?
And I, to the best of my knowledge, I think maybe one or two, but don't hold me to that. There's still room to do that. So,
I'm still a fan of the Matthew Slater thing. Fix up the special teams. Give him $2 million. Have him just play special teams and be a locker room guy. If the Steelers have all these problems that are in the locker room, I think Matthew Slater would be a great person.
They got rid of the biggest problem with Deontay. So he's with him being shipped out of town, that cleaned up that mess. But while we are talking local sports, how about Duquesne's basketball? He just finished off BYU. So good for them. What, first tournament win in 50 years? Is it 55, something like that? Where are we at?
Our stat guy's asleep over there looking at a box of cards right now. I was listening to a talk show this morning where they said, and I don't know if this is correct or not, but you could have bet on Duquesne having a lead at any point in the game, and it was a plus 200.
Oh, here we go. Which one of the sites gave you money to tease that?
I wasn't paying attention, but to give them credit, that's a heck of a bet, and to give Duquesne a lot of credit.
You know what? Why we're pulling for Duke is they do got a pretty cool name that rhymes with this guy's name. So, anything before we wrap this up? We got to open that pack of cards up. We got one more jab at it.
I got a birthday coming up, plus Easter. On the rise,
We'll see you next week.